Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday, and that means we are heading to Mass. Sorry about the lighting, it's kind of weird. We're heading to the Mass at the Cathedral, so I'll be offering this Mass for all of you watching this, as well as trying to get some footage after Mass of the Cathedral. All right, we just got done with Mass, started pouring, and so we had to run back to the vehicle. I never plan on this, but it seems like every time we go on a pilgrimage or plan a pilgrimage site, there's always something interesting happening at the cathedral. This time was a celebration for the 50th anniversary of the reinstallation of the diaconate program in the United States by Pope Paul VI 50 years ago. And so all the deacons from the Corpus Christi diocese was at the cathedral along with Bishop and some of the priests in just celebration of all that, and they renewed their vows and everything. It was really beautiful. So actually I've got a quick video of that.
Oh, yes, behind, yes, right there.
Okay, great.
We are now heading over to the grocery store, grab some last minute necessities, and then we're just gonna chillax back at the hotel for Sunday, a day of rest, and we need the rest right now. And we'll get back to it tomorrow. So my girls are napping right now, and I really wanted to do this recording, so I didn't want to wake them up. So right now I'm in the car, but I wanted to share with y'all just real quickly about the cathedral here in Corpus Christi, named the Corpus Christi Cathedral. And my wife, who's just brilliant and beautiful, in good timing of a lot of things. She's really lucky. She's a very lucky woman. Not because she married me, but just in life, she's lucky. Anyways, I digress. One of the things she did was she went back inside to take a couple of pictures, and I asked her to take my camera, and long story short, somebody walked up to her and said, "Hey, are you from out of town?" She said yes, and the person said, "Well, actually here, we've got this nice little brochure, if you will. It's more of just like a little booklet, but it gives the history and a tour guide if you're walking around. It's really nice because it gives you the history of the cathedral, it gives you a description of the exterior and interior of the cathedral. It even gives you a little map of all the different things that are in the cathedral, as well as some of the surrounding holy things that you can experience and go do. So if you're planning to go to do a pilgrimage here in the southern Texas area, highly encourage you to go there, ask for one of these. I'm sure they've got them laying around. So a couple of interesting things I just want to note for y'all, if you for some reason aren't able to get your hands on one of these, or you're just going for just a little bit, just so you kind of are aware of the cathedral. The original name was actually St. Patrick's, and this was established, the cathedral was established a year after the city was established as Corpus Christi. There are a lot of Irish travelers, and so they established the St. Patrick's Cathedral down here in Corpus, and that was in the 1850s, 1853 to be exact. And where we were, it was a couple blocks down from where the original cathedral was built. And then later on, when the diocese was established, I think through Brownsville, I think that's what it said in there. But anyways, it basically, they had built a kind of a secondary location of St. Patrick's. And then finally, in the 1940s is when they decided to build what is now what the cathedral that we went to. So when the bishop went over to Rome for basically his bishop's meeting, there's a Latin term. Actually, hang on one second. So the term is ad lamina, and I'm sorry, my Latin is not that great. But basically, a bishop is asked every so often to go and visit and report on their diocese to the Roman pontiff. And so the bishop at the time in the 1940s went to go see Pope Pius XII. And when he was talking about the new construction of the cathedral, it was Pope Pius who recommended and suggested, hey, why don't you go ahead and rename the cathedral Corpus Christi after the name of your city? And I love what he said here. Pope Pius XII says, he asked him to rename it, as he says, quote, it is considered one of the name Corpus Christi is, quote, one of the most beautiful names in the world. And it's so beautiful, and I think that's why I love the cathedral here. Is it's this Spanish, mid-century Spanish architecture, like 17th century colonization style. So it's kind of has a little bit of a mission, a little bit of a European, a little bit of New Mexico with the slats on the roof, but the church bells, but you still have the stained glass windows and the European architecture, and it's just all of it is just kind of a cool beauty to it. But I think the biggest thing is the centeredness on the Eucharist. Obviously, Corpus Christi, meaning body of Christ, or the body corpus, and then Christi, Christ. And so it's all surrounded on that. So as you saw in the videos, the just all the imagery, all the paintings, everything's centered on that. One of the things that it states in here that we weren't able to go to because it started downpouring, and we had to get in the car quickly, but they do have a perpetual adoration chapel, and it's supposedly, as they state in here, if you're going behind the cathedral, it's just adjacent to the cathedral. And so if you're going on a pilgrimage, highly recommend going in there. Apparently there's a beautiful ornate monstrance that the Blessed Sacrament's held in. So yeah, that's really it. There's much more in here as far as information, history, details, all that good stuff, but I really don't want to spend the entire video just blabbing on about it, and I really want to encourage all of you, if you're in Texas or coming through Texas, to take a trip down south into Corpus Christi. It's beautiful. Tomorrow we're going to head over to see SOLT, S-O-L-T. I'll talk more about the religious order, and hopefully actually grab one of the brothers or sisters or the priests from SOLT to talk a little bit more about their religious order and all that good stuff. Have been having a relaxing Sunday. Cowboys won, and it's just kind of a dreary day. So cheer us up, and to get us out of the hotel room, you best believe we're going to walk. I like everything about you. Everything about you. Whataburger over In-N-Out every day. Don't at me. Don't leave anything in the comments. It's just fact. We have made it to the basically it's like a retreat center. It's really beautiful. Check it out. There is the church, the little grotto, Marian grotto. My girls are already over there. They wanted to see it. They have an outdoor station, so it looks like they have a retreat house. They have a bookstore here. I think this is also where the Catholic radio station is broadcasting. It looks like they have, like I said, a retreat center. So if you ever bring a group down here for a pilgrimage, you may want to give them a call ahead of time and see if they have any openings. You may be able to stay here as lodging and all that good stuff. The way I found it was just you type in SALT, SOLT, and they have one office, but then they have like the Our Lady's Retreat Center, and just go there. It's not too far off of Corpus.